Welcome back. So let's take a look. Welcome back to another video. This will be regarding creating props within Hitem3D. So the case study will include various weapons. This will be the first one. We have over here a pistol. And this is the input image. And this will be the output 3D model. As you can see, the geometry will look like this. So it does require some additional work overall on the mesh. But keep in mind that this was generated using a single image, and in my opinion it's quite decent and more than usable. Now if you want to add this within a game and also add various animations over here, you will need to go and further segment the meshes over here for various components. But if you mainly intend to use this as a prop within an environment, only the texture will then require additional fine-tuning. Let's go to the next one, which will be the following. So this one is a little bit better in my opinion, and this is the initial concept for this. This will also be easier to work with afterwards if you want to split the important parts that you will want to animate. And overall, we're going to see that the mesh will look like this. So much more cleaner overall. We see over here that the overall, let's say, cylindricity of these components, of those two barrels, is quite well over here as well. So we see that this part is pretty well defined in terms of geometrical elements. And the texture will require a little bit of work over here, especially for the metal casing over here. But we see over here on this handle how well the texture is defined. So pretty nice considering that this was made again from a single input image. Let's go to the following one. This will be another concept like this. We're gonna see over here on the handles. On the handle it will have various details. Those will also be embedded within the geometry. It does require additional smoothing, but not that much. We also have this area with some surface roughness, as we can see it. And again, I think that this model is really well defined. We're gonna see that this is also quite okay defined. So the overall cylindricity for this component is well defined, and it follows the same axis, so it's not deformed in this case. With texture, the model will look like this. So in my opinion, this is also a really good output. Let's go to some other type of elements. This will be the following weapon over here. So we see the overall shapes. It will have many elements over here. And this will be the output. Again, it's quite impressive that this was generated using that single image, which also was not that high in resolution. But we see how many of the details has been transferred over here onto the final model. For the texture, it will require additional work if you want to make this one of the most, let's say, important assets within an environment, within a game, as over here this texture will require a bit of work. But that can easily be done directly within Blender. We see over here as well, the overall geometry will go like that, so it's not perfectly aligned with the texture, but we can easily fix that using Blender within the paint texture directly without having to use any paid solutions for the software. And I have over here a more simpler X, as you can see it over here. This is the reference. So this is directly the style, let's say, much more simpler, as you can see it over here. The X will have the following cutout over here, and the final model will also have that. If you're going to check the texture, the model without a texture, it will look like this. So we can go ahead and we can further smooth some of the elements over here. But take a look over here at the symmetry, how this has been embedded within the design. So we have over here that detail will also be present over here. We see over here on the handle of the X, it will have this area over here. And that was also present within the 2D concept over here. Okay, so I'm really curious, what is your opinion regarding this? in my opinion, Hitem3D will output some really good models over here. Especially the ones that I like most over here are the following. So it will be this gun, which really resembles the overall concept over here. And the other one will be this X that will require additional work, especially over here where the texture will not exactly follow the geometry. So we see over here that this is the following shape, and over here within the model for the texture, it wasn't really aligned to that over here. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this kind of content. I'm going to position a similar video over here on the left side, and I will also add a subscribe button to the right. So that's it. Thanks for watching.